Is the Army racist? I'm only gonna speak on my experience directly, on what I seen with my own eyes. I'm not gonna speak on what everybody experienced and stuff like that. If you did experience anything racist or whatever you want to share, put in the comments below. But one of the things that I have seen in my time in the Army, I seen a lot of stereotypical confirmation in how people kind of perceive you. I can give an example about stereotypical confirmation prejudice. So, for example, you see a white man and a white woman, right? That's walking, not smiling, nothing, no hey, no expression of happiness on their face. You see a black man and a black woman, same exact expression on their face. When you look at the white person and white woman, white man, no matter, you don't think anything of it. You just walk right by them, whatever. When you see a black man or a black woman with a straight face, not smiling or anything like that, the first thing they always say, he have attitude, he aggressive, unapproachable. They all gonna say something wrong with you, or like you upset or you mad or anything like that. They gonna think something negative when you don't smile and don't appear happy. But even though if someone else of a different race did the same exact thing, they wouldn't even say nothing about how their demeanor is. Also, about stereotypical confirmation or stereotypical bias is that when a particular race is not known for a particular behavior, the spotlight on when they do it, less repercussions as far as on a character assassination or how you are as a person. So I give another example. If you're a black person, right, and say you have an argument, say you have a little debate or something, you know, and it gets a little kind of heated or something like that, right? You know, just have a disagreement. They will look at the black person as a confrontational, hostile person, and they'll get hit with repercussion because they're looked at as a very problematic person. In the same breath, you can see two white people arguing, and they'll just look at it as an argument. But even after things get separated and, you know, escalated, nobody looks at them as hostile or aggressive or a thug. Just think of it like this: hockey and basketball, hockey or football. Hockey people fight all the time. They fight all the time. They even spotlight it, throwing hands, fist to cuff and everything. No one ever says, look at them thugs fighting. You see basketball players arguing, pushing each other, yelling at each other, and the first thing you say, look at them thugs behavior. They doing the same thing, even worse, regularly on a regular basis, but no one looks at that demographic as violent and hostile, even though they're doing the same exact thing, right? They'll just say, hey, that's part of the sport. It's very physical. Football is very physical. You seen Odell Beckham and Josh Norman had a little fight. They wasn't saying like, oh, that's just football. No, they looked at them as thugs, ghetto, knuckleheads. But it's a lot of character assassination with their behavior. But someone can have a whole brawl and fight in hockey, but no one ever says anything about them. You know, because the spotlight to look for hostile behavior is more towards the black people or darker toned people than, say, a white person. So, and I'm a devil's advocate. Same thing with a white person. So, say if a white person has some type of thing about like a disagreement about a black person, keep the same energy. Black person will automatically assume that the white person is racist. You know what I'm saying? Even though they just could be voicing their opinion, because your mind is already thinking that a white person is racist already if they don't like kind of go along with what you do. So sometimes it's kind of that weird balance. So I like to be devil's advocate in the same breath though. I had one situation with one white drill sergeant before, where this is like a little double standard situation again. Confirmation, the stereotypical confirmation. And I'm gonna take accountability on my action, but it's just the thing that you say after that makes it a problem. So in our bay, we had a drill sergeant, a black drill sergeant, right? We'll be in the bay. They didn't really trip on us on how we wear our attire. Like we can be out of uniform sometimes, like being a tank top, shorts. Let's be comfortable in the bay. No issue, because we never had no problem. So we had two white boys, one Hawaiian, one from New York. They were cool. I rock with them. No shade what they got going on. That's how they are. One walk around with their chain, with the Scully on, with the Army issue Scully, whatever, looking like he tatted too like crazy, looking like a real like a thug, right? Quote unquote, tatted, blah blah blah, blah. Chain, tats, and everything tattooed. What you would think a stereotypical thug would look like, right? Same with another white boy. He had a little beanie on, wear tank top. Always, he tried to act like, quote unquote stereotypical black. I guess you can say. He's very culturally aware. He black culturally aware. I never say stereotypical at black. You with the essence. So they never say nothing about them or anything or whatever, right? So I went downstairs to go get some laundry, right? I mean, I'm not supposed to do it. I'm unauthorized. I'm wearing unauthorized clothing. That's on me. I'll take the blame on that. So I end up getting in trouble for having not being in full, like, my full gear. I'm just getting laundry taken upstairs like I normally do, but whatever. It's the first time I ever got in trouble and caught. So I get yelled at, which is cool. No big deal, whatever. I take the little front, leave in rest position. Cool, whatever. But the stuff you say after that is where it gets the issue at. So I got a tank top on, I got a Scully, and I got a chain on. Whatever. So the first thing you say as a way to yell at me, it's not like, oh, you want discipline, you're not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, wearing your uniform, whatever, okay. I mean, you say that, but then everything like that is like, oh, you're not on the block anymore, you're not chilling with your homeboys, all that stuff. I'm like, how does me wearing a tank top and chain mean that that's how I be on the block? And how do you know that I be on the block? Why would you say that connotation towards me just because I have a certain appearance? And this, to be real, me personally, as far as racism, I say discriminatory behavior. This, me personally, I'm not saying everybody else had an issue. I personally have more issues dealing with black people up in authority than white people in authority. This being honest. Whether I was in basic, whether I was in OCS, didn't have anything in Bolic, didn't have anything at my unit. But my unit, the commanders are white, and the first sergeant, the woman we got is black. I ain't had no issue with her. She's great. She's A1. And then my commander, white, didn't have no issue. I have no issue with him. But as far as like in the basic and the OCS, the black people gave me the most issues. This being real. The most issues. As far as with the cadre, black issues. White, no issues at all. And then if I did have a little smoke with them, I can just talk to them and everything was all good. Like, I had a situation where, with white one, well, I was about to get recycled because I missed a couple days of POI because I was sick, but they didn't tell me that I had I was cleared to go sooner than the time I missed. So he was about to kick me out, get me recycled, but I talked to him and he was cool. We understood. He like, all right, cool. Just don't mess up on this one, cool. As opposed to a black dude that had the same authoritative power with somebody else, which I knew about because I had issue with him too. As opposed to like hearing him out because he got sick, he kicked him out. He got him dismissed. He recommended him to get dismissed from the program and got him actually kicked out of OCS. Because sometimes with black people, like you kind of like, the issue is the Army is quote unquote racist, but what you try to do is you try to overcorrect, overteach, or over discipline the kids because you try to compensate like, oh yeah, because then the white people not gonna give you this type of leniency. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the punishment a way I'm gonna be super hard on you to kind of give you an idea of what things gonna go. Don't think stuff is sweet, because this is the issue that I had with the OCS guy that I didn't like. This is the reason why I had, like, not because he was disciplining me. It was the fact that like he had this. It was my roommate. The guy that ended up being my roommate, he was a German guy. He's like a European guy. He was always getting in trouble, right? He pulled him to the side, kind of gave him some ideas to make sure, like, hey man, get your shit together type deal, and this is the reason why people kind of getting on you. You didn't pull me to the side and was like, hey man, like, you an officer, man, you gonna be one of the few black people in there, like, not trying to give you special treatment or anything. I'm trying to make sure that you want P's and Q's or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't expect you like give me special treatment or like pull me. If you gonna pull him aside and give him a talk, why not pull like people like that look like you and you going extra hard on them? Why not pull them to the side and see what's up? Why are you cool? Why only talking to him? This is my thoughts on it. I'm not gonna say the military is racist. I'm gonna say it had a lot of stereotypical components and does racial undertones for sure. But at the end of the day, when you're not in the majority, far as in the decision making or people that's like you in certain high positions, you're more likely to do business with people that you're familiar with, you like, and you know and you trust. You do it all the time in other avenues when you're the majority with people that you're not familiar with. They're gonna have to earn and see what they gotta do. They gotta be extraordinary. The person that you might be your right hand man may not be good as them, but guess what? They gotta report with you. You ain't gonna say, you know what, and this ain't right, man. He is better than you. But I'm gonna take your spot. No, he gonna have to work, no matter how good that person is. It is what it is. Like, either you accept it or you don't accept it, or you start your own little thing. You know, that's the confines you in. You know what you. And the thing is, the problem is, y'all know what y'all getting into, but then y'all complain about it. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know that you're the minority in this whole situation. You gotta earn your keep, and if you're dominant, they'll get you away. Or if you're dominant, use that dominant skill set to pivot into something else that can make you just as successful, if not more successful in what it is. But this don't be sitting like, I don't know, like I don't really like people be using that racist stuff. I mean, it's true. I ain't gonna lie, but like, you always have control of the outcome of what you need to do to be successful. You just choose not to go that avenue. Like, you mad that you don't get the promotion that you get? If you that valuable as you say you are, start your own shit. Or find something that, you know what I'm saying, find the avenue that you can get around. Look at the law, find a way that you can get around. At the end of the day, my thoughts is the United States is racist, has racist upbringing, has racist components, but guess what? It did not stop you from doing what you need to do. The Army is under the U.S., so it's obviously hand in hand, but it shouldn't stop you from what you got to do. If you want to make it happen, make it happen. That's what resiliency. You're always going to have some adversity. You just figure it out and get through it. And if this avenue is not working for you, as far as in the racist standpoint, you should build enough skill set that if you decide to say, you know what, I'm done with this military stuff, you can be a very strong candidate out here. But guess what? When you go out here, you're going to be facing the same type of dilemma. So you either going to start your own shit or find something that makes enough money so the racism of you stopping at this particular ladder is like whatever. You know, but at the end of the day, like, you got the opportunity to make whatever happen. There's nothing limited to you on what things that you can't do. Whether if you want to build yourself for school, get the knowledge. Is it going to be harder? Yes, for sure. I'm not going to lie, it is. But, I mean, whatever you need to do, just be focused on what you have to do to build your skill set up so you can be successful. So all that racism stuff doesn't matter, because if you're really good enough, none of that stuff matters. You just not as good as you think you are, as far as in your skill set. So you should keep building so you can establish your own stuff, not trying to be to be the best candidate to appease a white man or the white person that's in charge. Just being honest, like, if you thinking in that manner, like, to get their approval, like, if you think you that good, build yourself up so you can start your own stuff. Who cares if they don't like you? Who cares? I wouldn't even care if the Army racist. I'm gonna get what I need to get to be successful in what I want to do. So I don't really care if they racist or not. As long as it's not get me kicked out the Army, as long as it's not like stopping anything that I can't do to better myself. So I really wouldn't even care, because the American racists, they do a lot of racist stuff here all the time. It doesn't stop you from being a millionaire at all. Not a one bit. Would it make it a little challenging? Yes, it doesn't stop you though. You can do it. So keep your head up. Whether it's something racist or not, you can still persevere. You can still make it happen. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button. I'm out gone.